Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Yoga Eka Kusuma. In this video, I want to show you how to configure DHCP server and DHCP client. DHCP or Dynamic Host Control Protocol is a protocol that will give an device IP address automatically so you don't have to configure them manually. And DHCP client is the device that will get IP address automatically. Before configure DHCP server, we must configure basic configuration first in our router. So here in router 1, I will give name in R2 system identity segment. Also in router 3, after that, in this topology that I use for configure DHCP server and DHCP client, we will make the router 1 as a DHCP server for the router 2 and router 3, also for PC1, PC2, and PC3. Here, we must check the router 1 is get the IP address from internet first, and make sure that router 1 can access internet. When you ping Google and there is a reply for your ping, it means your device is connected to the internet. So the next step is we want to add IP address like the topology here in router 1. Here in router 1, I will add IP address for the IP address, add address, and for the address here, I use 180 and 1 use prefix /24, and then for the interface is the ether2. And next, we configure the IP address of ether32. Okay, then we can verification the IP address by using IP address print. And here, as you can see, there is IP address that I add before. So the next step is configure the DHCP server. To configure the DHCP server, there is easy way to configure the DHCP server in MikroTik router. Is we gonna use this command setup, and with this command we can configure the DHCP server easily and not configure like IP pool or IP network. So you can just enter here and choose the interface that you want to configure the DHCP server, and this is the network of the DHCP server for ether that you want to configure. This is the gateway. This is the address that you want to give out to the client, and this is the DNS server that you want to give to the client. The list time is the time that client will use the IP address that DHCP server gives. So I will just enter and let it be default. And next, we configure DHCP server for interface Ether3 too. Okay, and now we can see the configuration of DHCP server by using IP DHCP server print, and as you can see, there is a configuration DHCP server 1 for Ether 2 and DHCP server 2 for Ether 3. We can also change the name of the DHCP configuration by using IP DHCP server set numbers 1 and number 0 name. I use this for example, and we can print again. Here, as you can see, number 0 is the number of configured before. I want to change the configuration of the name of configuration, the DHCP configuration for Ether 3 here, and you can see the name is now changed. And the next thing you want to do is make an firewall NAT so your client can access internet. And the command for adding a firewall is IP firewall net add, then use chain source net. For the action, use masquerade, and for the out interface, choose the interface that connected to the internet. Here for router 1, the interface that connected to internet is Ether 1, so I will use Ether 1 here. And to see the configuration, we can use this print. Can use this command, and as you can see, there is a configuration for the firewall NAT that I configured before. And the next thing is configure DHCP client for router 2 and router 3. If in Pinet Lab, if you add a router, there is a DHCP client that automatically configure for router 1, as you can see here. Okay, and I will remove this and show you how to configure DHCP client manually. Number 0. Okay, and for the address, here the address is also 0. So if you want to add configuration of DHCP client, you can use IP DHCP client add, then choose the interface that connect to the DHCP server. In this case, router Ether 1 in router 2 is connect to switch, and switch is connect to router 1. So we can choose Ether 1 here, and to activate the DHCP client, we can use command disabled no. Here we can print again, and as you can see, there is a configuration of DHCP client, and the status is bound. It means the DHCP client is the DHCP client can get the IP address from the DHCP server, and this is the address that the DHCP client receive from the DHCP server. If you print the IP address here, there is an IP address that configured in router 1. Okay, next for router 3, if the router 3 is don't have config DHCP client configuration, you can add manually, but because this is in virtual machine, the DHCP client for the router 1 is automatically added, so you don't have to configure it manually. And for the IP address is automatically configured too. So in this router 2, we will check if the router 2 is connected to the internet by ping Google. Router 2 is now connected to the internet. Now we can check it in router 3. Router 3 is also connected to the internet. Next up, we will configure the DHCP client on PC1, PC2, and PC3. Here in PC1, we can change the name first, and for config DHCP client or to configure IP address automatically, we can use command ipdhcp for virtual PC. And after some times, the PC will get the IP. This is the IP and this is the gateway. You can also see the details by using command show IP. Here you can see the detail like the IP, gateway, DNS, DHCP server, also DHCP list. And next thing, we want to check if the PC1 now connect to internet. As you can see now, PC1 is connected to internet. In PC2, we can do the same thing like in the PC1. And you can see the detail of the IP address of PC2 here. And we must check if the PC2 is connected to internet by using command ping Google. And as you can see, the PC2 now is connected to the internet. Next, PC3 do the same thing. Set PC ipdhcp show IP and ping google.com. Okay, PC3 is now can connect to the internet, and if you back to router 1, there is something in the DHCP server that called list. List is the list itu daftar dari perangkat yang terhubung atau mendapatkan IP address melalui DHCP server. Di sini kita bisa menggunakan perintah IP DHCP server list print untuk melihat seluruh list. Di sini dapat terlihat bahwa ada address dan juga MAC address yang ada address yang terpakai dan juga MAC address pemakai dari IP address tersebut. Di sini juga ada server DHCP server name yang digunakan oleh MAC address tersebut untuk mendapatkan IP. Oke, jadi sekian untuk konfigurasi DHCP server dan juga DHCP client. Kurang lebihnya mohon maaf. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.